everybody. So today I wanted to talk to you about kind of a gross topic, and that's a black tank, and in our situation our kitchen galley tank as well. So while we're here at our home base in Wisconsin, we have one of these 300-gallon external kind of septic tank sitting here next to the camper, and the tank's great. It's really nice. We just have the local septic guy come and pump it when it's full. But what I did before, and I want to do different this time, is I used to have the camper in here 180 degrees, and I would sneak that thing right underneath the back side of the camper, and then I'd use PVC pipe and I plumbed it directly into it. So when I was able to dump, I just cracked open the valve, flushed right in there, and I was good to go. So we're doing a little different this year. I wanted to park the way we're in here with the tongue facing in towards the fence. But what that does is it gives us our power cord is right here next to the garage where we put in a 30 amp outlet. But to make that happen now, we have our, our black tank and gray tank under there. We don't want to put that big nasty 300-gallon septic tank out by the driveway, just because it's kind of gross. And back here is where the guy comes to get through the fence to pump it. So it's just better to have the tank here. So the problem we run into is getting this big old hose all the way over to the tank. And then the bigger issue is the inlets here at the center, and having the line droop across here. And anyone who's had to dump a tank where the dump is higher than the hose knows it's a fight, and you're picking up the hose and like getting some of it to flush down into the tank, and then you got to drop the hose again, lift it up, and you just kind of it's gross, and you really get close to your sewer hose, and it's not efficient. So today what I've done, I gotta show you this this new thing we picked up, and maybe you've seen them before. It's a Macerator pump. So it's got the bayonet connectors on the end. And I'll get it in the sun here. It's got the bayonet connectors on the end, so it just snaps right onto your sewer outlet on your camper. And then inside, we have these beautiful blades, kind of like a garbage disposal. Chop everything up, and then it'll pump it out this outlet. This outlet is just like a 1-inch, it's for like a 1-inch pipe. What I saw a lot of people in the reviews were doing was taking these like Camco Water Bandit things and just hose clamping that bad boy on there, and then using a garden hose. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so first I'm going to test this on the galley gray water tank. So if it does leak or get gross, it's just food and other chunky water, not black tank water. So I'm gonna get this thing hooked up, and I'll check back in here quick. Okay, so I got it all hooked up. I had an old garden hose laying around that I just cut to about as long as I'll need, and that's running down to the pump, which is hooked up under there. And I got my battery pack jumper is gonna power the pump. Just a normal 12-volt DC pump. Now, really hoping this hose doesn't fly out while I'm underneath here. Alright, so here's the pump. Hooked up, this is the kitchen gray tank. Garden hose all the way to that septic tank. And I just have the jumper cable type hookup connected onto there. Alright, so first thing we'll do, open that up all the way, let that kind of start filling up, and I'll turn the pump on. I don't know if it's working. Hopefully something's coming out on the other end. It feels like something's running through the pump, or through the hose, so here, we'll shut it off while it kind of refills. Must be working. Oh. Seems like it can move a lot of liquid pretty quick. So the one disappointing thing or concerning part is I'm gonna have this hose full of gross stuff, especially after I do the black tank. Maybe just like when I dump it normally, I'll use the gray tank in the back to kind of flush out that line as well, just to kind of keep it from getting really nasty. So far so good though. Alright, we've filled back up here. We'll run it again. Yeah, seems to move it pretty quick. Not too shabby. But I gotta do the black tank. But I will spare you guys the visual on the black tank. I'll just let you know how it goes. Alright, so I finished up. I did do the black tank, and wasn't that bad. I mean, of course, it's about as gross as dumping your black tank is, but seemed easier, went pretty quick, maybe 4 or 5 minutes to pump through the whole thing. Didn't seem to have an issue. And then I just ran the gray water through it to kind of flush the line out, disconnected it from the camper, and then just kept it up high and let all the water drain into the outdoor septic tank we have. So, not too shabby. I would say, you know, that one was 60 bucks on Amazon. I'll put a link to it in the description. That one was only 60 bucks and worked pretty well. When I first went on there, you know, like the nice, what is it, Flow Jet, something like that, the nice fancy one that Amazon recommends, like $210. And I didn't want to spend $210 on this. So I thought, alright, I'll risk it with the $60 one and hope it works. There was pretty good reviews. So, yeah, my only complaint would be the bayonet connector. When it connects onto the pins, it seems like it's putting a lot of stress on those connectors, and I could see where those could snap pretty easily. So you got to be careful when you're taking it off or putting it on. I'm actually going to leave that clear 45-degree elbow on there. That way I don't have to keep connecting and reconnecting to the pump itself. Otherwise, pretty good. I would totally recommend it. Alright, well, thanks everybody for watching. I hope this was helpful to you, and if you're in a situation like this, a lot of people who stay at their house or at another person's house in a city or something, they'll use these Macerator pumps and then just run the garden hose all the way to like a sewer clean out, or even like inside into like a toilet that's already there or something like that, just so they have somewhere to put that black water. It worked good for me. Hopefully it'll last a while. We'll see. Some people on the reviews were complaining about it breaking early, so if I do have it fail, I'll make sure to mention it to you guys.